Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all. Just want to chat with y'all, and I want to talk with y'all about something very important. To all my fellow sport fans out there, I know y'all probably heard about the death of NFL quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Dwayne Haskins. He passed away today. They said something that he had got hit by a truck. I mean, it's sad, but see, that's the thing about it. With these athletes, they be dealing with depression too. I mean, like I said, now these days in sports, they think that you can win it all. They don't go with the saying that you win some, you lose some. They don't go with the saying you can't win it all. Now these days in sports, they want to win it all. And you see, when it comes down to an athlete, making a certain mistake, and when they got to deal with the fans talking all types of crap about them, some of these athletes, it really just kind of puts them in like a bad state. But what I want to discuss with y'all about is mental health in sports, and RIP to Dwayne Haskins, God rest his soul. He was only 24. See, he was only a year younger than me. See, I'm 25. I mean, you gotta live your life to the fullest. You gotta live your life and do the stuff that you wanna do. Always know that every morning you wake up out of your bed is a blessing. And always know that whenever you leave the house, whenever you leave home, whenever you go out somewhere, and when you come back home, that's a blessing too. Because some people didn't even make it back home when they left the house. So always know that it's a blessing. But what I want to discuss with y'all about is mental health in sports. When it comes down to an athlete, they could be like a key player, they could be like one of the best players on the team, being interviewed all over by ESPN, CBS Sports Network, and everything. They have a fan base, they appreciate the fans, they appreciate the people that come out to the games. But when it comes down to like a fan, seeing them out in public and the fan may disrespect them by spitting on their car or whatever, or maybe even spit in their face because of a certain mistake that they had made that cost the team the game. Like, these athletes deal with a lot of stuff. These athletes be having a lot on them. They be having a lot of pressure on them. Now these days, even with the youth, the hashtag don't retire kid, I mean, now they're even concerned about kids not being into sports, because they were saying that in the year of 2018, that 62% of kids did not play sports in the year of 2018. Just like that kid said in the commercial, the pressure that it takes to play the sport at his age is too much. And you see, a lot of these professional athletes, especially in the NFL, guys like Andrew Luck, guys like Luke Kuechly, they ended up retiring from football in their 20s. The average professional football player usually retires like in their late 30s, and or like in their 40s. But I would say the average professional football player usually retires when they get like around in their 40s, and some of them retire in their late 30s. But I mean, these, to all the fans out there, I mean, I'm a fan of the Carolina Panthers, but I mean, I don't really like watch sports like I used to, but I mean, I am a sports fan. Like in football, my team is the Carolina Panthers, but as a fan, we have to understand that these athletes do have a lot of pressure on them. These athletes deal with mental health. These athletes, I mean, they have a family to take care of. I mean, sometimes when it comes down to people disowning them or disrespecting them when they're out in public, like, you really have to think about this. How's their mental health? You could be that one fan that could actually make their day. You may see them out in public, like, they may had a bad game, but you can still like let the player know that you're that they're still one of your favorite players. You can let them know, like, you can even ask them, how they're doing, how's their mental health. You could be that one fan that makes their day. You could be that one fan that makes them feel good about themselves. Because these athletes, they deal with mental health too. There's a lot of times with these professional athletes where their mental health is like all over the place. And yeah, see, that's the thing about it. Like, sometimes with sports, sometimes you really just have to take a break. You have to, like, take a step back and just, keep a check on your mental health. Take care of your mental health. And that's another thing about football too. It seems like CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, it seems like that's still a big issue in the NFL. And for those of y'all that saw the movie Concussion, like Dr. Bennett Omalu, he was the one that was trying to solve the problem in the NFL with players getting CTE. And you see, CTE, what that is, it's brain trauma. And what causes it is when, like a football player, like their helmet collides with another guy's helmet, and it causes their brain inside of their skull to go front, back, side. And if they deal with too many blows, they can get diagnosed with CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. And it's not just in football, it's in combat sports too. Mixed martial arts, boxing, kickboxing. But yeah, it seems like it's a bigger issue in the NFL though. But yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to share this video because this is something that us as fans really need to think about. And I would also say that, announcers, ESPN announcers, should think about this too. And, what I mean? Because that's another thing too. When the game is over, when these athletes go to the press conferences, they got to deal with the media asking them all types of questions, and some of the questions that they may ask the athlete may be out of line, to the point where the athlete gets so fed up, they get so pissed off that they just leave the press conferences. I mean, I've seen it happen before. What I mean? Well, I've never been at a press conference, but the stuff that they show on ESPN, because, like I said, I used to play sports myself. I played football. I played football for 6 years. I wanted to be a football player before I wanted to do music and YouTube. But yeah, I mean, as a fan, you could be that number one fan, that number one true fan that keeps that checks on your favorite player. You ask them how they're doing, how's their mental health. Like, I know you made a mistake in the game. I know you may cost the whole team the game, but I'm here to let you know that you're one of my favorite players. I just want to check on you and ask how's your mental health doing, because I know a lot of times, like, your mental health can be like all over the place. Like, you could be that number one fan that saves their life. You could be that number one fan that makes their day. Now, and I also know some of these professional athletes are not what you think. Some of these professional athletes may be kind of rude to their fans. Because remember that video I did, can professional athletes be role models to kids? Some of them can be role models, and then some of them are not so-called role models. But yeah, this is something that people really should think about when it comes down to sports, when it comes down to an athlete and their mental health. You know, as fans, we really need to understand that these athletes' mental health can be all over the place. But yeah, I just wanted to share this video with y'all. RIP to Dwayne Haskins, God rest his soul. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share. And again, my new song, In the Beginning, it's on my YouTube channel, and it's also on my SoundCloud. You can follow me on SoundCloud at WileyG. Let's blow my new song up. Let's run it up. Love y'all.